What is good with the YouTube? Fight fans all over the world. It's your boy, the realest of the real. Yes, sir, I said it. Real talk boxing. It is a privilege, an honor, and a major blessing to be back with you beautiful people yet again. Colbert versus Valenzuela rematch tomorrow night. I watched the press conference between these two, and it was very entertaining. Got a little heated, and man, Chis Colbert's a clown. And listen, before I say that, I want to say this. I do commend the young man for facing adversity, going all 12 rounds with Valenzuela, despite being dropped in the first round and being hurt multiple times and getting beat majority of the 12 rounds of the fight. But there's no doubt in my mind that Valenzuela did not win that fight. He won that fight, not Chis Colbert. It was a ugly robbery. It was disrespectful. It was disgraceful. And now he has a chance to right his wrongs. Valenzuela, that is. Yes. What do you mean, real talk? Why does Valenzuela need to right his wrong? Because Chis Colbert said something that made a lot of sense. The only thing that made sense that came out of his mouth in that press conference. He said, this guy had me hurt 30 seconds within the first round. That means he had 2 minutes and 30 seconds to finish me, to get me out of there. And he couldn't do it. What does that say about Valenzuela? And I will be spelling Valenzuela's last name right in my, thumbnail and all that, because I spelled it wrong last time. Forgive me, y'all. Somebody corrected me. I appreciate that. But he was right about that. Valenzuela should have had him out of there. And not only the 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the first round, the rest of the fight. You didn't finish him. You didn't finish him. And you should have. Even though I think you won the fight by a landslide, Colbert should have been out of there. I can guarantee you this time, going into this fight, Valenzuela doesn't have any thought process of leaving it into the judge's hands, because he knows he can't trust him. So best believe he's going for the knockout. Will he get it? I don't know. Because Valenzuela is not really that mean of a person. He's not. He's a really good guy, man. He's respectful. He's soft spoken. You hardly hear him, throwing out any bad language. But he's got to get mean in that ring. You can't go into that fight the nice guy. You got to flip that switch, and you got to turn into a freaking. You got to turn into a freaking Balrog. You know what I'm saying? You got to turn into a monster. You know what I'm saying? You got to flip that switch if you want Colbert out of there, because despite me saying that Colbert's a clown and that he's the sore loser, and that he's delusional, kid got grit and he got heart. Even though I don't like the way that he conducted himself, because Chis Colbert, you said you wasn't giving him a rematch. You said that he's a sore loser, he ain't getting nothing. And I hear that you had plans to go fight Hector Garcia, but you was forced into this fight. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But if he was forced into this fight, whoever forced him to do it, thank you. I appreciate it. Because Valenzuela needs his just due. But if Valenzuela's going to get this guy, because I ain't no doubt in my mind Valenzuela's going to win the fight. It's boxing, anything can happen. But in my opinion, Valenzuela's going to do the same thing. But you got to make a statement, Valenzuela. You got to get him out of there. You got to get him out. You had him hurt bad. And I mean bad. Early in the first round. You had 11 other rounds to get him out of there, and you didn't do it. Now, this is no knock against Valenzuela, because he fought a complete and utter, dang near perfect fight. Chis Colbert could not figure him out. And Chis Colbert did make a couple adjustments, but Valenzuela's just a better fighter. And I'm not knocking Valenzuela. Valenzuela, I'm just stating what you need to do, what you should do. Now, you can go in and win like you did in the last fight. You can win in that fashion. But how can you trust any judge after that kind of decision? And you can't. You cannot. Then on top of that, Chis Colbert went on to say, put 50,000 on it that you're going to knock me out. He didn't think Valenzuela was going to do it. And that was a little hesitation, on Valenzuela's part. And I could be wrong. When they just could have been still conversating within the midst of it all. But Valenzuela was like, man, let's do it. They got up and shook hands, you know what I'm saying, and exchanged a few words. And then Chis Colbert, boom, pushed him. I think Chis Colbert is a little shook. I think he is. But I could be wrong. Because Chis Colbert could have went back to the drawing board and come in something totally different. But I just think Valenzuela is a better fighter. And he got heavy hands. Chis Colbert's hands ain't too heavy. He's got, 9 knockouts? But he's a slick boxer. Don't get me wrong. Who can make adjustments. And even though he made adjustments against Valenzuela, it wasn't good enough. And that's why I feel like Valenzuela is the better fighter. Plus, he got them heavy hands. But Valenzuela, you want to put the nail in the coffin? You want to put this guy in the dirt like you said? Don't let him off the hook no more. You got to get mean in that ring. I love the fact that you're classy outside the ring. I love the fact that you're soft-spoken. I love the fact that you're respectful. That's what I like in boxers. But when you get in that ring, flip that switch, homeboy. And get the durable Chis Colbert out of there. Shut his mouth. Shut his mouth. Because if anything, it should be you giving him the rematch, not the other way around, because you won that fight. Don't leave it up to the judges, my dude. Please don't. What do you think about this? Comment down below. Let your boy Real Talk know. As always, respect all. Fear none. God bless. The next time, Real Talk Boxing, I'm up and I'm out here. Bye.